Hey guys, so you're probably wondering by now, what the fuck is going on, right? I've done a super shitty job at communicating with you guys as to what's actually been happening behind the scenes. And I should have done this video a long time ago. So I owe you an apology. You know, when you guys were asking your questions to the YouTube channel, I should have jumped in there. You know, I should have answered them right then and there. That's my fuck up, and I'm sorry for that. But there's been a lot of videos like this going around that include a lot of false information. And it's disheartening because there's some old cast members and crew members that are commenting on it. So a lot of fans believe the information in there is true when it's actually not. So I felt it's important for me to come on here and tell my side of the story. Okay, so this seems to be the original post that everyone's referring to when they're trying to find out what happened behind the scenes. So I'm gonna go through it now with you guys, and I'm gonna show you all the things that are incorrect. The cast was paid 200 Australian dollars per day of work and signed contracts a little more than a year ago. Both of these things are completely false. So they got paid $125 to $250 per segment, not per day. And mind you, at the time, I was like really in debt. So I was tens of thousands of dollars in debt, and the channel wasn't even monetized. But as the channel grew, their fees grew as well. They also ended up signing the first deal in late October 2023. So up until that point, they were actually free agents. The contract also went for 6 months, not 12 months. So you're able to renegotiate twice a year. On top of all of that as well, there's a 30 days termination clause. So if you want to leave at any point throughout that 6 months, all you have to do is give us 30 days. If you have another opportunity that pops up, you've got a TV deal or whatever, just give us 30 days and you're able to leave YEMAD. They would film 5 to 6 episodes per day, which would get aired over the course of the next 1 to 1.5 months. So the cast members would only make $128 from the channel over that period of time, while the channel itself would rack up thousands upon thousands of dollars in profit. This isn't true either. So I'll show you an example of how much they got paid when they first started YEMAD in comparison to how much they got paid after they signed the deal in late October. In June 2023, they got paid out a total of $3,285. Now this was the month we actually first started monetizing, but I still made no money from YEMAD at this point. In late October, that's when they signed the first deal. And then November, they made a total of $15,112. In December, we didn't shoot. And then January 2024, they made a total of $20,605. We also did one shoot that month. In February, we were 2 months out from the renegotiation. So if they signed on to that deal, they would have made a total of $194,000 over the next 6 months. That's for 2 to 3 days worth of work a month. On top of that, they're able to renegotiate once again because the contracts go for 6 months. So if they signed on for the next 6 months, they were projected to make $400,000 to $600,000 across that full year. And that's for 2 to 3 days worth of work a month as well. We were also planning to go to Los Angeles for a trip. So they would have been paid in total $40,000 to $50,000 for 5 days worth of shooting. And YEMAD would have covered the cost for return flights, accommodation, collaborations, production, post-production, and all the traveling to the studio. Understandably, the cast was not cool with just getting paid only 200 Australian dollars anymore. So once their 1 year contracts neared the expiration dates, they wanted to renegotiate with channel management for the new ones, where they would be paid a percentage of YEMAD's profits. Ben, the channel owner, turned that down and fired those who wanted more money, while some others left on their own in solidarity. So these points here aren't true either. So in July, I came to the table with a profit sharing deal where they would get 25% for new concepts, 30% for merch, and then we just started speaking to brands as well about doing brand deals, so they would have got 30% for that as well. And cast members didn't get fired over wanting more money either. So when I came to the table with a 25% deal, one of the cast members requested a 50% deal. And that was 50% towards the cast and 50% towards me. And that was for merch, brand deals, and new concepts. Because we're so early on in the business, we're literally 5 months in. And when I say 5 months, that's like one shoot a month. So it's 5 days worth of work. Because we're so early on in the business and I haven't even broken even yet, that was a massive risk to take. You know, my job is to make sure that the channel keeps growing. And I'll go through a few reasons as to why it's a massive risk. So here's a few of the expenses here. You got taxes, you got production, that's videographers and sound technicians. You've got equipment hire, studio hire, short form editors, long form editors, creative strategists, graphic designers, thumbnail designers, social media managers, people that pack the merch, online support. So if someone gets in touch and they're like, yo, where the fuck's my hoodie? Someone's got to sort that out. There's management, and that's for brand deals, production, the cast. You've got food, catering, alcohol, lawyers. And you've got 3 types of lawyers. You've got trademark lawyers. You've got people that put together the agreements. You've got litigation lawyers in case someone tries to sue you. And then you've got accountants. So these are just a few of the expenses that are on top of the cast fees as well. Another thing to factor in as well, that a lot of our videos get hit with content violations. So that means that we can't recoup the costs back on those videos. And on top of that, if we get taken to court, I have to front 100% of the money. So I let the cast member know all the reasons as to why I can't do this. And this is when things started to go a bit sour. He then mentioned of starting another YouTube channel and taking the comedians across with him. So I saw this as a threat, right? And decided to part ways with this cast member in August 2023. Now you can imagine that there's people on the team that aren't happy about this shit. So they convinced me to bring him back for a second chance, which I did. Fast forward though 4 months, we're 2 months out from the next renegotiation. There's a cast member that comes to me and my assistant and tells us that he's saying the exact same threats. So that's when we decided to finally let him go. There was also an incident that took place in a meeting. So there was a cast member that got put on a 2-month break for that. I have to admit as well, during that meeting, I ended up losing my cool. So there was another person on the team where they made up a lie and I called them out for being full of shit. However, I did apologize on the spot and I did say sorry to this person. And like I said at the start, like this doesn't fucking take away from the fact that like you guys have lost essentially friends off the channel. And I know that sucks. And we tried everything on our end to try and make it happen. You know, Sath, Matt and I, we tried. You know, we try to make it work, but there's only so much you can do when things are so fucking rocky behind the scenes. So I completely understand, like, if you are shitty at Yeah Mad, that makes complete sense. And I know that's not going to change. The thing that we can do moving forward is just to create the best content we possibly can. And there's a new cast on board. I know it's going to take a while for you guys to get adjusted to them. But we're going to give it a crack. You know, we're going to do everything that we can. We're going to make the best content we possibly can and see where the future goes from here. And to the cast, like obviously Yeah Mad would not be where it is today without you guys. So I definitely owe you guys a massive thank you. You guys are super talented. I heard you guys are starting a new channel and I know you guys will kill it. The content you're going to come up with is going to be incredible. So I want to personally thank Andrew, Alan, Akila, Sam and Abby. Yeah guys, I wish you nothing but the best and I thank you guys for watching.